Afternoon, vinyl community. Hope everybody had a good holiday, and then also a great record store day yesterday. I hope you were able to get out and support your local record store. I did not go to Lunchbox or Repo here that carry the RSD titles in the morning, so I avoided all that, which is usually madness. Even with this drop not having quite much to speak about. But I did go up to Noble Records, and I'll get into that later in the video. First off, we are going to be drinking from Noda Brewing Company here in Charlotte, Captain Peanut Butter's Chocolate Revenge Imperial Porter, brewed with cocoa nibs and peanut butter. Look at this shit. You ever heard of anything like that? That's gonna be, yeah, heavy drinking. What is it? I'm trying to rival Mr. Douche. 9.2%, Sam. Pure evil in a can. Well, there's a freaking pirate on it. It's trying to kill me. We got a lot of records here, per usual, and we'll show these. First up, there were only 2 Blameful Isles records that I still needed. I needed his second and third records. I found the third record here in the States. Very hard to find Blameful Isles records in the States. They're from Sweden. It's our friend Daniel that used to do VC videos. And this is on Urban Waves and Radio Juicy. And so this is, this Heart of Our Heart. Beautiful artwork. Just outstanding. Just like every Blameful Isles release. This one is back from 2017, so it's jazz. So there's elements of free jazz, avant-garde, modal, all represented here. Daniel Israelsson with a cast of Swedish characters here. Beautiful stuff. Love this record. Very happy to find it. Some shop in New York had it. So that one, I just need now their second record. That one's almost impossible to find though. They really did very limited runs on these, which is what they always do, and they sell out. So that one was a great pickup. Next, I've had a good run of ESP disc titles lately, and that continues. Paul Bley Quintet, Barrage, an original, I believe, mono pressing. Recorded in '65. The lineup here is one of the best ever assembled for an ESP disc date. You've got Paul Bley on pianos. This is one of his best records, in my opinion. Just absolutely kills it. Marshall Allen on alto sax, from Sun Ra, from the orchestra. Dewey Johnson on trumpet, Eddie Gomez on bass, and Milford Graves on the drums. This is a hell of a find. I'm very, very pleased with this one. It's still an original shrink. It plays fantastic. And it's kind of got me thinking about changing gears as far as I kind of collect the Discord Records label, and I think I'm just going to kind of put that to the side for a minute and try to focus again back on the free jazz and ESP disc. I'd like to get more of the free jazz titles that I don't have. Not easy to find, so anybody's got any, hit me up if you're looking to move them. I have quite a few, but there's still quite a few I need. Also had a good run of Marion Brown lately. It's how it goes. You get one, you like it, and then you start paying attention more to that artist, and when their records pop up. Because I had very little Marion Brown. All I think I had was a Porto Novo reissue, and a reissue from that French recent reissue. That's it. And then I've had a good run of them. So Marion Brown Vista, ABC Impulse, quadraphonic original. This one rarely pops up. The lineup is incredible. Just mind-blowing stuff on here. Stanley Cowell's on here, Reggie Workman, Ed Blackwell, Harold Budd's on here. I mean, this is just, there's so many great players. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Yeah, that one of Marion Brown's best. And then also Jubilee from the Mary Brown Septet on Fontana. This is a 67 original from Japan. They were first put out in the Netherlands, and usually I think in the same year. And the artwork is incredible. It's all of this kind of series has the artwork like this. I'd love to have all of them. All are extremely hard to find. I only have a couple so far, but the Japanese pressings sound incredible, as most do. Reason I sought this one out, Gratian Moncourt III on trombone. That's my boy. Alan Shorter's here, Wayne Shorter's brother, rare appearance. Benny Maupin, Reggie Johnson, Dave Burrell, Beaver Harris round out your lineup. A lot going on in this one. Big ensemble. Next, this is a record that Dom at Seeking a Thread played in his sale video. Played a little bit of it, and someone jumped on it and bought it. He had a different reissue of it, and I heard it, and I knew of the record, probably because of Alex. But I was like, damn, I need to get on this. And I looked, and Aramite did a reissue of it, because originals are, it's one of those completely unattainable records. Even if you had money, you'd be stupid to buy it. So Khan Jamal, and yeah, this is Drum Dance to the Motherland. This is otherworldly shit right here. Next level. Khan Jamal and the vibes. Dwight James is on the drums. I just picked up one of his records a while back. Annette Sudler on guitar, Billy Mills bass, Alex Ellison percussion. Just mind-blowingly beautiful stuff. Listen to this if you can. I don't know if it's on YouTube or not, but yeah, to the heavens type music right there. And that's the Aramite reissue. I can't remember what year they put it out, but it's extremely difficult to find now as well. Next, a band from Canada, I believe, that my friend Joe loved this band when they came out, and played them to death when I lived with them, and had all the CDs, had all the vinyl, had everything, anything they put out, except for maybe some of their EPs. But that's the Constantines, and this is their album Tournament of Hearts, and this is original on Sub Pop, and then it also was on Three Gut Records out of Canada. It's kind of a split label release. And this is still in the original shrink, and has the insert, which is really cool. A polar bear on it, and is on, I believe, white wax. Some really white wax there with the Sub Pop labels. I love the songwriting by this band. The guitars are phenomenal, and the lead singer is very unique. Really unique voice. Yeah, I think Dom just showed like their first record, which I need it. This is the only record I've been able to find on vinyl. So we picked it up. I think their second record, Shine a Light, is the one that my friend in this record just played over and over and over again. I really need to find Shine a Light on wax. That'll be the next I look for Constantines. Next, this is a band from Los Angeles, and they're just freaking killer rock and roll. That's Black Rebel Motorcycle Club. This is their first record, self-titled. Reissue on Music on Vinyl. This was a no-brainer pickup when I saw that Scott got copies in. This has the full record plus 4 bonus tracks, which I think were on some of the 7-inches, and I have those 7 inches. But it's the 20 record originally came out in like 01, and this is the 2014 Europe reissue. Red Eyes and Tears, Whatever Happened to My Rock and Roll Punk Song, Spread Your Love, Love Burns, all great songs. My friend Joe and I recorded this band, or well, Joe recorded them. I just helped bring some of the equipment in Tremont, in the Casbah when they were on that tour. And we've got the CD. We ought to have it pressed to wax as a bootleg or something. It's fantastic. You can hear the room. You can hear bottles clanking into the trash cans. It's freaking great. And the band has a copy. Joe mailed a copy to the band. They gave him his address. He went and told him, "Hey, I recorded your gig." Because Joe would just walk into Tremont with a tape deck, microphones, and just plug in and record without, just unannounced, not giving a shit. And luckily Penny was still running the place at the time. She didn't care. Blue was running sound. He didn't care. But he used to do that at Cat's Cradle. He didn't know fucking anybody at Cat's Cradle. He would just roll in there, recorded Folk Implosion, opening for Melvins, which is a weird combo. But yeah, just walk in with his equipment and mics and just record. Did it a bunch of times. Absolutely awesome. Next, they had this record on the wall at Lunchbox, which is a dangerous goddamn place now. He never had a wall before like this, but he wanted like $125 for this record. But then he also had a reissue for $19.99, so I got the reissue. Caius. I mean, Welcome to Sky Valley, great stoner desert rock. This preceded Queens of the Stone Age. Not much needs to be said about this. This is absolutely a fucking epic record. I saved a lot of money getting the reissue, and it sounds fine. Next, I got this 7-inch thanks to whose video did I see this on the other day? Oh shit, I forget. Out in Portland, Telegram Sam, Bad Brains, Pay to Come. I had forgotten this got put back out by the band and was kind of limited to 700 copies, so I grabbed one from Lunchbox. Super cheap. This is cool. It's got like the original insert and everything, and like redone. And it's on like a split color wax. It sounds really good. That's the Bad Brains kind of lightning bolt in the black and white. And it's classic DC punk. One of the best punk bands ever, in my opinion. I've got some early pressings of the records that I did get from Alex. Thanks again, Alex, for those. Those are big ones in the collection. So yeah, Bad Brains. Got a little bit of everything in this video. Next, also when I picked that up, I think I picked this up at Lunchbox too, in the used. That's Judge, Bringing It Down. I hadn't seen this record in forever. Holy shit. 1989 Revelation Records. Yeah, it's probably been since then, since I've seen this record or heard it. Mike Judge, of course, which is why the name of the band is Judge. Lead vocal. This is hardcore, just straight hardcore, like straight edge hardcore, from back in the day, and really fucking good. And that's such a great guitar right there. That's, you know, just it's a Les Paul, but it's the same Les Paul that Brett from Five Times Down used to play, and that's just a great sounding guitar. I love the guitar on this. Some good hardcore there. I think this is I forget what reissue this is, but it's on Revelation, which I said. It does have an insert. cool. And it's on, I figure I might as well show you this. It is on a blue wax. And it's a nice piece of wax. Really well done. Super cheap record. This didn't cost hardly anything. This is the kind of stuff I really like running across. Just bands I ain't listened to in god dang forever. You know, that old hardcore scene. So yeah, Judge bringing it down. All right, got some rockin' stuff here. And this record, couldn't believe it was there. Daughters, their third full length. Daughters is hard to describe. They're a fucking crazy band. Intense, just a lot of intensity. Heavy industrial, a lot of the time. They're from Providence, Rhode Island. This is the blue first pressing of this record, self-titled. Yeah, my friends Jason and Mayor T love this band. Got to see them live. I guess the lead singer is quite a piece of shit. Seems to be the word on the street. But yeah, he's still a hell of a front man in this band. But I don't know what's going to happen to the band now. I think they broke up. Daughters. I think they played with Cinemechanica of all bands in Austin at a festival there in like a bookstore, which is fucking crazy. Next up, also from a lot of Lunchbox stuff, June Tyson on Modern Harmonics, Satyrian Queen of the Sun Ra Orchestra. This is a comp of all the stuff that June Tyson was on in the orchestra, and some unreleased stuff. And she's like the heartbeat of the group a lot of the time. Just powerful vocals, just, you know, hell of a performer. I got some live footage of Sun Ra, and she, you know, when she comes out on stage, yeah, man, it's like you're in Egypt or something. It's fucking cool. Very happy to have this. This is Gold Wax, which I think was the first pressing from 2019 when they put this together. Modern Harmonic does a great job with this stuff, with the Sun Ra stuff. And that was a really cool. I'd held off for, Jesus, almost 3 years picking that up. I finally grabbed it. And then I took a chance on this one in the used. Curtis Clark, Phantasmagoria on the Nimbus West label, original. And I wasn't familiar with Curtis Clark at all, but I was familiar with Sunship Theus and Roberto Miranda, who had played a ton with Horace Tapscott in the LA scene. And I noticed Curtis Clark played piano and clarinet. I was like, this is probably pretty good. Recorded in '84. This is absolutely fantastic. The side long piece, the title track, starts off with this really avant-garde bass from Roberto Miranda, which is not my favorite, but then when the piano comes in and the drums, there's a drum solo on there that's remarkable from Sunship. He's a badass, just absolute badass, but the piano's just gorgeous. Side 2, you get into some clarinet from Curtis Clark on this, but it continues the great vibes throughout. Yeah, I really dig this record. Not one that's easy to find. At least I don't think it is. First time I've ever seen it at all. So I have never seen it in a video. At least one that I've watched. That's a great one to seek out. I don't know if it's expensive or not. It was relatively cheap. Next, as far as the reggae is concerned, I've been on a Augustus Pablo kick, as you know if you watch these videos. We've got a big one here that came from Jamaica, East of the River Nile, original on Message, Rockers Production was the co-label on this. This is in absolutely fantastic shape, was super cheap, and got here very quickly, very well packaged, one of the best packaging jobs I've ever seen on a record. I was really worried because I'd never ordered from Jamaica before, and here it is. This is one that one of the last times I was up at Noble. One of the guys that was working there, Dylan wasn't there. He was spinning this record in the shop. And he was like, I was like, "You gonna buy that?" And he's like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna buy it." But so I went home and found this copy. And here it is. And it was interesting. Let me see if I can go find this here real quick. Oh yeah. They put these stamps, I don't know why, on the package. Maybe they needed it for postage. Look at these stamps. That's really cool. 2016 Rio Games with Usain Bolt and Shelly Ann Fraser-Price on the one stamp. Really cool. So I saved those. That was on the packaging. All right, so now we're at Black Friday Record Store Day. Was happy that some people I knew ended up in line with me at Noble Records. There's this young guy and his girlfriend. She came down from, she's going to NC State, and they love records. They're having a lot of fun with it. Love music, so they were excited to be there. I think the dude was there to get one of the Tough Gong reggae albums from Bob Marley, and I know he was able to get it, so that was his big thing. Josh, friends from Chris Tunes of the Man Cave, that's gone on a dig before with us to a convention, he was there. Shot the shit with him for a long time. He made out really well in Noble. I think he left with like 10 jazz OGs. He had a hell of a stack when I left. He might have had to put some back, but he still ended up with like 10. I only got 3 records, but I got the 3 that I was there to try to get. The first being Dexter Calling from Dexter Gordon. He had it written as a 63 mono press, but I don't see any 63 mono presses listed online. I only see the 61 original, and it matches the label, so I think this is a 61 OG mono. This is incredible. I spun this last night. Holy God. I hadn't listened to it in a long time. I listened to it online. I've been looking for this record for 6 years. It's one of the original records that I wrote down to try to find when I started getting into jazz. This one is a mind blower. It swings like hell. Philly Joe Jones, one of his best performances. Paul Chambers too. Kenny Drew's kind of in the background, keeping things going on the piano. He's not really featured a whole lot, as Dexter Gordon is way out front. But Philly Joe, he almost steals the show at times on this record. But yeah, it swings. It does end up getting into some modal and hard bop at times. Not so much modal, but more in the hard bop vein. But it just swings. It just swings hard. This is fucking killer. I love this record. This is probably one of my favorite Blue Notes. That was a big one to get. I almost left it there too, and I was like, the condition was on the record it's just fantastic. Those old Blue Notes are just workhorses. And then this one was there, and I've never seen this in a shop. I've been looking for this for just about as long. The Latin Jazz Quintet with Eric Dolphy, Caribe, or I'm not sure how to say that. So just basically take Eric Dolphy and add like marimbas and congas and timbales and, well, no marimbas, but the vibes. Yeah, this is a fantastic album. Love this cover art. Just, yeah, great find there. This is a 64 mono pressing, so not a first pressing, but a second pressing on the dark blue label or whatever it is. Or let's see. This plays really good too. Yeah, it's on that Prestige label. So those are 2 big jazz want listers checked off on Record Store Day at Noble. But he also had this record because he picked up an original with an Obi. He got rid of his original copy that he already had. That was in a little bit worse for wear, but I'm happy to get Dylan's hand-me-downs any day. Flower Traveling Band, Satori, original on Atlantic from I think 71. Yeah, this is great psych rock record, and just a hell of a great cover. It's not in the best of shape, but it's not bad either. And then opens up like this. It's incredible. Yeah, this is a difficult record to find in the States. Pretty much have to get it from Japan if you're gonna get one, and it's not the cheapest record in the world. It's not the craziest, most crazy expensive in the world either. Affordable. So yeah, I was happy to get that. And so that's all I got at Noble. And we had been talking about some of the RSD titles out while waiting to get in, and I think there was only like 2 that I even had any interest in at all. The U-Roy comp, which I ended up looking at it. I ended up stopping at Repo, which is pretty much next to my house, on the way home. And there was no one in there hardly at all. The rush had ended, but they always have a ton of RSD titles. So I went in there, and he had the U-Roy comp. He had 1 copy left. I looked at it, and it didn't look all that spectacular to me, so I left it. But I did pick this one up. This is the only Record Store Day title I got. One. I did get Motorhead, The Lost Tapes Live in Madrid from June 1st of 1995, double LP. I haven't opened or spun this yet, but it's got Ace of Spades on it. That's all I needed to know. Killed by Death. It's got some great shit on it. But Live in Spain from 95, this has got to be absolutely fucking killer. I don't know if it comes from a boot or if it comes from legit shit. No idea. Sala Aqualung, Madrid is the venue. Hell yeah. Some great rock and roll right here. For sure. I was happy to get that. It's already sold out at Lunchbox. So I was happy to. There was only 2 copies left in Repo, so I hit that just at the right time. And then I had a few come in when I got home. Dick's Kill from the Heart. This is an original from 1983 on SST Records. This is one of my favorite punk records of all time. I believe they're from Texas. This is just fucking epic in every way. Just the vocals are crazy. The band just totally jams. Fucking great punk rock record. And I have a reissue, but to come across an original is almost impossible, especially in this good a shape. Got to thank Jim up at Radio Wasteland. If you watch Steve Carlson's channel, then you know all about him. That's who I got this from the Insane Punk Collection. It's one of the best punk collections I've ever seen anyone come across. Carlson, he's going to be getting records from that collection for years, it seems like. The Dicks. He hooked me up with a deal on it too, because Carlson's my professional record agent now. I put him out in the field. I disperse Mr. Carlson out into the field, and I get great records in return. Sometimes you got to put men to work. Next up, Helmet, live and rare. I've got a CD download of this shit from Napster from back in the day, and they decided they're going to put it on a record. So it's 2 shows, one from CBGB from 1990 and another from Melbourne, Australia from 1993, the early Helmet shit. Fucking awesome. Like the first 2 records. This is a German copy. Super cheap. Was happy that it was cheap. So I grabbed it. I love Helmet. One of my favorite bands of all time. Page Hamilton is a god to me. Of course, they've relocated to Los Angeles. We're a New York City band. And, well, now it's Page, and he's got a bunch of Australian guys that he jams with. He doesn't have any of the other original members anymore. But yeah, this is all the original guys from back in the day. Helmet, that's a killer one. And then lastly, I got a package from Jose in Valencia, Spain. I ordered this from their Bandcamp. It was a limited press of 100 copies. The new Coelho record. I love this band. I got to see them open for No More Lies in Barcelona. This is their record Venga. And it looks good on camera. But both bottom corners were completely bent over. All the way over. Just completely bent over in the mail. I mean, that package must have sat under a crate of goats with lumber piled on top of it or some shit. Luckily, the record is okay. It might be the slightest bit warped, but it plays fine. So I can play the record, and I got in touch with Jose directly through Messenger, and he's going to send me another copy. So... Coelho, great. I don't know. I guess they're like Spanish punk rock. I guess you could call it punk. I don't know. It's just Spanish rock, and they're great. Jose is also in Beatunizer, which is really fucking good. They're like the Spanish Primus as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, this is love the cover art, but I'll be getting a new cover for this record. This is a limited, they only pressed 100 of these, and they're sold out. This is the limited clear wax. Long video, there's a lot to show here. Thanks for sticking around. Peace.